Okay, y'all. Well, welcome to the Smith and Bug Forge. I call it the Smith and Bug Forge because, well, I got the bug for smithing. So, decided to build a forge and do a little blacksmith work. And so it's been pretty fun. So, I made this out of my old gas grill. And it's pretty simple to do. So, when this thing was still a grill, take off the grill plates, take off the deflectors, all your burners, take out all your fittings. Took about half an hour to get this thing gutted. Once we gutted it, we had a big old empty, shallow dish down, deep dish down there, not shallow. And we had a few holes in the bottom. So when we took the control panel off the front, that control panel was made of steel. So I just took the tin snips, cut a few pieces that we could cover up those holes from the inside with, put some screws through, and that holds it in place. Then we made some refractory material here, just a mixture of clay, sand. The clay was made from kitty litter, by the way. So kitty litter, the cheap stuff, is just about entirely clay. So kitty litter would be a better word. Kitty litter, sand, and some straw and some water. Mix that all up, and well, she's pretty set up. Move this out of the way here, and I mean, I'm knocking on that. That's pretty solid stuff. Now you can see you get a little bit of crumbling going on after you use it for a bit, but it's not a problem. You can actually just come back and patch it with a little bit more clay, and it'll be good to go. The bottom side, you saw that hole coming through there. So on the bottom side, we have a pipe coming out, and that allows me to put my hair dryer so that we can blow from the bottom side. Now this is all pretty deep. Would be better if I can fill it up a little bit more, but this is also just a very, very temporary solution. We have a shop going up here pretty soon, the next few months. I'm gonna start building my shop, and when we get that, we'll do a better job with the forge. To reinforce this thing so that all that weight wouldn't cause us a problem, built a shelf down here, and that seems to suffice. I've moved this thing around a lot, haven't had any worries about it collapsing under the weight. The shelf is nice to put things on, but like any horizontal surface, it does become a collector. So, yeah. Let's see. Now then, I went later and I decided, you know what, I had taken the lid off entirely. But because I'm outdoors, we get some breeze through here, and the embers want to just fly around. Well, as you can see, I got a tree right here, and I got a tree right there. Yeah, I don't want anything catching fire, so thought, you know what, let me put that lid back on to just cut some workspace out of it. For the most part, it works pretty good to keep the fire going and keep the embers from blowing around. It does throw a little smoke back in my face, and it'd be better if there was a chimney on the backside, but yeah, for this temporary job, it's going to do just fine. And I don't use it all the time. I only use it if the wind really gets kicked up. But anyways, I thought that would be helpful for maybe somebody who has an old gas grill, wants to think about maybe making a forge out of it. This refractory mixture, there was no special recipe I used. I think I went probably about 75% clay. No, I wouldn't. Let me take that back. I think I went about maybe 60% clay, 35% sand, maybe 5% straw, just a handful of straw in there, and then mix it up until it's like mortar. I don't know that the actual mixture really matters, especially for a temporary job like this. You can play around. You can look online and see if you might be able to find some specific ratio that's going to give you a better outcome, but this works just fine, you know. So, and tinker around with it. If you take those materials and just put some of them together and take them like a torch to them, if they get hard, well, then you know you got something that's going to work. It insulates really well. When it's raging hot in there, there's no heat on the bottom side. You can touch that, there's no heat. I mean, you can even touch out here. When it's raging hot in the fire, out here it's cool. So it does a great job of reflecting the heat back to the fire and not letting it come out. With a hair dryer, you don't even have to have the pipe, right? You can just stand here on top and blow the hair dryer down. You'll get it hot. May not get to welding heat, but certainly hot enough to do some forging. If you're wondering how I put the hole in, I just did that with my my angle grinder. Not a problem. No, I'm sorry, not the angle grinder. Cutoff wheel. Cutoff grinder. You know, with a little 2-inch wheel. Yeah. So, that's it. Hopefully that's helpful to somebody who maybe wants to build a forge out of their gas grill. So, I know some people out there are going to be like, wow, that's super jerry-rigged. Very ghetto. Yeah, you're right. You're right. I just didn't want to spend no money on it. So this was free to me because it was being thrown out anyways. So it was free and it got me started with the blacksmithing, and I know now that I want to invest some money. So when it comes time, I'm going to build something much better. But anyways, hopefully somebody liked it, somebody found it helpful to them, and feel free to share any comments that you got, any suggestions. I guess I could take a criticism. Don't really want it, but, you know. Yeah. And if you like the video, hit the like button. If you want to see more, subscribe. Thank you. Bye-bye.